Hey guys, it's Bob Ferngren and I'm back with another 8-minute video. And in this series of videos, I'm talking about the disciplines you really have to be successful in network marketing. And network marketing has been around for, 60, 70 years right now. It's certainly evolved over time in terms of, door to door or in-home parties, and now we're in the wonderful world of social media and how we do the business in social media. But here's one thing that's never changed. The successful people know exactly why they're doing their network marketing business. In recent videos, I've been talking to you about knowing exactly what you want. See, I think it's fundamental that you have to have a personal reason for doing this business. I mean, for the most part, almost everyone who is listening to me right now did not wake up and say, you know what, one of my goals in life is to sell whatever products or services. You got interested in this industry, maybe because of a passion and an alignment with the particular products or services that you promote and sell. But you got involved with this business because, from a business standpoint, because you were looking for additional income. It doesn't happen randomly. So you were looking for additional income for a reason, right? You wouldn't take up extra time. And as I've shared with you, to be successful, you have to consistently put about 10 to 12 hours a week into this business. And as I also shared with you, actually working the business is when you are actually communicating with a human. It's not all that other activity we do that doesn't lead to results. It's a conversation with a human. And again, it's 20 something whenever you're watching this, 2020 plus when you're watching this. So we know there's lots of ways to communicate to other humans versus just face to face or over the phone. There's Zooms and there's FaceTimes and there's text messages and there's direct messaging and every social media platform. So there's lots of ways to have a communication going on with a human, but that's action. Everything else is not necessarily going to lead to anything. So we know that we've got to be disciplined about our time. We have to be disciplined about the activities we're doing. It might be cool that you think you can invent a new wheel. But one thing I know for sure, there's certain things in network marketing that have never changed. And as we've been talking about, the two things you have to be successful are goals, but you have to have a reason why you're doing it. Initially people's whys can be as simple as paying off their debt, getting out of a part-time job, taking your children out of daycare, choosing in this most unusual times that we live in to homeschool your children, possibly vacations. There's a lot of reasons why we need extra money. And again, as I've shared previously with you, it's not about money. It's what money can do, right? It's not a worship of having money and accumulating money, because unless you're doing something with that money, it's really just numbers on an account, really, isn't it? Because we all know the money really isn't there. It's just the idea that the money is there. That's a whole nother discussion. So let's get back to purpose. So again, initially you could have some very direct reasons for doing it. And it's so important that you know why you're doing it. It can't be random. You can't just be shooting at this thing, because here's the deal. Remember, 10 to 12 hours a week, no boss, no outside force making you do anything. It's completely up to you what you turn your business into. So your boss is your purpose. And to me, purpose has always been more powerful when it involved people. And what do I mean by that? Let's say that you're sitting on $20,000 of credit card debt. Okay, that's a good goal to get rid of that debt through your part-time hustle known as network marketing. But it's also a strong purpose. Now, why is it a purpose? Well, Let's say that you're a parent and you're sitting on $20,000 of credit card debt, which means you're paying a ton of interest, which means you don't have the money to provide for your children the way you would want to. You see how it tied back to a human? It tied back to a human. A really good friend of mine by the name of Jesse was dating a young lady by the name of Beth. I don't know how many years ago it is now. And they're going on their 4th child, so you can add up all the years. But when they were dating, it was about the same time he got introduced to network marketing. And God, he couldn't rub 2 sticks together. A young man with, no funds and, a job not paying him a whole lot of money. So guess what? He wants to marry this girl and he wants to give her an amazing engagement ring. That was a good purpose because, see, it was about another person. It was about another person. So maybe you have bought that line of getting deeply in debt with your student debt. Well, what would be the reason why you would want to get out of it? Well, maybe one day you want to get married. One day you want to raise your own children, or maybe you want to give to orphanages. You see, here's what I know about purpose. When it's tied to other people, it'll fly for you. So let me finish with maybe a way of sharing your story, and then you just insert the real words. Just insert the real words, okay? Hey, you know what? I found this amazing opportunity. It's kind of a side hustle, something my wife and I are doing from home in about 10 to 12 hours a week. And what we do is we just kind of share with others what we do. And it could be for them or not for them. But the reason I'm doing this is because by this time next year, I want to be able to take my wife to, I'm trying to pick a place on the globe where a good place to go right now. Let's just say I want to take my wife to Italy by this time next year, and I want to be able to pay cash for it. So what did I do in there? In my story, if you will, my elevator pitch, if you will, I shared what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and my goal. So you can insert your story or insert into your story those type of things. You see, it's completely unattractive to walk up to people or to spam them or to plaster all over your social media walls with buy. That's unattractive. However, isn't it kind of cool and attractive to tell people why you're doing something, your purpose, what you're doing, and where you're going with it? See, I got a whole lot more to this. So stay tuned. Lots more coming up, and let's go.